right, welcome back everyone. This week's Picture of the Week is being brought to you by Flowers Garden Center. Actually, it's not the garden center anymore. They are shut down because they are getting ready for their deer processing. That's right around the corner, ladies and gentlemen. So Flowers Deer Processing, of course, they're getting everything cleaned up. Got to have a state inspection, so go by and visit them. 4550 Eatons Creek Road here in Nashville, Tennessee. That's right off the Ashland City Highway. If you don't know where it is, it's in West Nashville. All right, our first picture here. This is Tristan Crowley, and I don't know his partner's name. I'm sorry I don't have his partner's name. But this is where they went to Lake Wheeler and won the Carhartt College Series. And those boys are from Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. So great job. We appreciate those fine folks. And Tristan's been on, we've had so many pictures of Tristan. He's our KVD of Tennessee, I'm telling you. He is awesome. So appreciate that picture. Right here, this is our good friend Mason Nunley. And Mason said, Hugh, I was just messing around one day and on Nickajack and came up with this 5.5 pounder. He said, son of a gun, they just like to bite that hook. So Mason, great job. I appreciate he's always sending in fine pigs. And then here is Stacy Nunley. Stacy Nunley just said, Hugh, look how my hand is down in his throat. That's how far the frog was down there. He said, I like not to got my frog out of his mouth. He said, just wanted to show you how difficult it is sometimes. And then our next picture here is Stacy. Look at there what he caught. That's what bit the frog. That's a nice 7.5 pounder, and he got it off of Nickajack. So great job, Stacy, on that one. We don't have any more pictures. Okay, you can send them to us here, Southern Woods and Waters, 474 James Robertson Parkway, Nashville, Tennessee, 37219, or simply email them to me at hugh@southernwoodsandwaters.com. We'll get them on there really quick. Got to tell you, I got some pictures coming though that you're not gonna believe. So, trail cam pictures.
Oh yeah?
Lord, dude, in Tennessee, we're starting to get really some hosses of deer.
Yeah, I got a few of them myself.
Yeah, I know you do. I know you do. So, you know, that's what tonight's show is mainly about. We have with us tonight, we have Alton Johns as General Manager for Gander Mtn, located in Mount Juliet, Tennessee, right there off of Belinda Parkway. And we have Greg. Greg Byram is the archery tech. And Greg, we got you on the show tonight because we want to talk about people getting prepared for archery season. I mean, it's the 4th Saturday of September starts the Tennessee archery season, bow hunting season. But now, Kentucky, which is just north of us just a little bit, they start on the 3rd. So here it is. I mean, we're on it.
Yeah.
So what, I mean, you're the tech. What should people be looking for? Because, you know, people complain about, well, I tied this broadhead on and it shot way to the right and this one looked like a corkscrew going through the air. I mean, they need help.
Well, the first thing that I would be looking for is that, one, it was a double cam bow. Things go out of time. Things get knocked off. Screws come loose. You need to check the bow top to bottom, make sure everything's tight, make sure the cams are in time, make sure the string's still good, the string stretches. You know, we can bring that all down into us and we can look that over for them and get them tuned up and ready to rock for the season.
I want to ask you a question. How does somebody check just to see if it's in time? How do they know they got a problem with their timing?
Well, you could draw it back and you're
Get a friend to mark it for you, maybe?
No, there's timing marks on the cam.
Okay.
But we have a draw board at work that is for that specifically. And really without that, there's no real accurate way to go ahead and check the timing without actually putting it on a draw board like that.
So if they're getting unusual flight with their arrows and it's varying from one arrow to the next, to the next, to the next, they just need to bring it in.
Yes. Yeah, we can
so you can check it out.
Oh yeah, we can get it all set up, timed, shoot it through the chronograph. We can shoot it through the paper tuner, make sure everything's center shot, everything's coming off the bow the way it's supposed to. About
how long does it take? It's according to the degree of What's wrong with
yeah,
it? You know, that's a little bit.
it can vary. You know, it's.
But I mean, you can tell if something's out of whack pretty fast.
Oh yeah, and it's usually something real quick and that we could fix. You know, you can come down to the store, and I had a guy in and out of the store today. He had a bow that came in that was, the timing was off, his center shot was off. We got him in and out of the door 15, 20 minutes, and he had just dropped off the bow. He was surprised that
That's pretty good.
I called him so quick. He had only gone across the street to go grocery shopping, and he was back in the door picking up his bow.
That's awesome, man. That's great service right there, because a lot of people will hand their bow off and then it's
Yeah.
the weekend after opening that they get it back.
Yep.
It's like, what? But eras have a lot to do with flight.
Oh yeah, making sure that you have the right spined arrow for the right poundage and draw length.
Can we show them just some of these arrows right here? Let me have it right here. I'm on. Now this is a Gander Mtn Hunter. The Gander Mtn makes itself, or it's made for Gander.
Yeah, it's made for Gander by Victory Archery.
Victory Archery.
100% carbon.
1.8s, 1.5s on the vanes.
The helical?
Yeah.
Is a 2 degrees offset.
No, I
helical.
meant the length of them, 1.5 or 1.
Those are 2-inch vanes.
2-inch vanes.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. Do you like that for hunting purposes? Do you like that for carrying broadheads?
Lower drag in arrow flight, and with it being a 2-degree offset helical, it helps the arrow spin a little bit quicker, and it's stabilizing some of these newer broadheads a lot better.
That's what I've told several people. The faster you can make it spin, the more true it gets, or the more accurate it rides.
Yeah, I kind of relate it to like throwing a football.
Yeah.
The spiral.
Yeah.
The faster you get it to spin,
the more accurate it is.
yeah, it's going to stabilize. The trade-off though is you lose a little velocity.
Yeah, yeah. But with the cams that they're using now, like this, we'll show it here in a minute. That bear bow with the cams.
Yeah, it's screaming.
It's doing the number.
Yeah.
You know, when they're traveling, what would you say a good hunting type situation? 280 plus.
Yeah, that's a good. That's smoking fast 280.
Yeah.
You know,
280 feet per second, and it's moving on.
Oh yeah.
Broadheads, and we didn't bring any broadheads, but broadheads are important.
Very.
You shoot a crossbow, but do you use mechanicals?
I do. I like Rage. I shoot
The Rage
mechanical.
mechanicals. See, and I shoot a fixed blade because I want it to cut just as soon as it gets there. So it's preference, really. Does it matter a whole lot, you think, Greg?
I think it comes down to what people get comfortable with.
I do too.
You know, people get bad experiences, they read reviews, you know, they go with what they're used to. You know, a big seller for us is that Nap Thunderhead.
I love Thunderheads. I've taken a lot of deer with a Thunderhead.
It's tried and true.
Yeah. And you screw them on and they fly just great.
Yep.
Every time you put them on. I have never seen, oh Lord, at the packs I bought of them, I've never seen one fly bad.
And if they do, there's a way to fix that.
Yeah, but they come in 75s, they come in 100s and 125 grains on the Thunderheads. So you have a variance of what animal you want to shoot. I use the 125s for bigger game. I use a 100 for deer.
Yeah.
I use a 75 for turkey, but 100 for deer. Just simply because it zips right through them. You hit them in the sweet spot, it's going through.
What's the cut diameter on that?
That one's 1 1/8 inches. Yeah, 1 1/8 inches. And it's 1 1/8 inches on the 75 too. It's 1 1/4 inches on the 125s.
Yeah, it's a little bit bigger cut.
A little bit bigger cut.
See, I like that Rage, just 2-inch.
Yeah, and is that a double though? I mean, here's what I'm trying to get at, because the reviews that I read say that a lot of the broadheads, the mechanicals doing just the double blade coming out, that sometimes it closes a little quicker on a blood trail. And I hate to say that because of blood trail, but let's be honest, a blood trail is how you're going to get your animal. Unless you see it go down, you're going to have to do some blood trailing. And that's primarily, I'd say that's 95% of us having to do that.
Yeah, because the reality is we don't always make a good shot.
No, we don't always do what we're supposed to, but we try. But in that, the 2-inch diameter, but it's straight. I mean, unless it catches it just right, it could go between 2 ribs and go zip right through, and it's easier to close off. But a triangular shape is less likely to close up.
Right.
Aren't they the Rage is making a 3-blade?
The Rage does make a 3-blade. And then Muzzy just came out with this year a Muzzy Trocar HB, which is a hybrid broadhead. So you get the best of both worlds. You get a fixed blade and a mechanical all in one. So if people are worried about the blades not deploying, you still have the fixed blade intact, so you're still going to get a cut no matter what.
Right. I think it's, I just think, I'm going to be real honest with you, if the Indians had this, we'd all be living in teepees right now. Because this engineering has way surpassed longbows and recurves, and as far as getting the distance and the power. Longbows and recurves are still very dominating type weapons, and now you fix those too. You you make strings for them and all that kind of stuff. Do you check them out?
Gander Mtn has custom strings that we can order for any bow.
And
custom colors.
Custom colors. You've got quivers, arrows, wooden arrows, everything. All the supplies to get them ready for whether it be a longbow, a recurve, a compound, crossbow. You got a lot of crossbows too.
Oh yeah.
And making the bolts and everything. Now you will custom cut their arrows?
Yes, we will.
And you'll fit them to people? I mean, if we got some new people that want to come out there, you'll fit them?
Oh yeah, we cut them to their length, draw length. Well, usually we go off of their draw length and about 1 inch past the riser.
Yeah.
Just because sometimes they're going to be shooting some of those bigger turkey broadheads and we don't want it sucked up too close to the riser.
No. Saw one of those was in bad shape. Somebody did that, but that's, you're right. Hey, we got to do our product of the week, so let's go to it right now. This week's product of the week is being brought to you by Highland Rim Tractor, located there in Millersville, right there on Millersville Road. Go by and see Miss Story or John Story and tell them that you saw it here on Southern Woods Waters. They are your Mahindra tractor dealer. So go by and check them out. They got everything from little lawn tractors all the way to the big boys. So go check them out. They're in Millersville, Highland Rim Tractor. Hey, I want to show you. Now, Greg, tell me a little bit about this. This is the new Moultrie GM 800i, which means the infrared is
invisible.
So it's not going to give off that red light.
No, you're not going to have a deer looking at your camera
You're
anymore.
not going to have a deer in the headlight look when it goes off. This is just catching them natural.
Correct.
Great for sunlight situations, great for nighttime, especially when the bucks and does are moving a lot. But you got to check them out. These are the new Moultrie, and these are being made for
Gander Mtn.
Gander Mtn. Gander Mtn and Moultrie have just come together and making out some fine products. These are, now is this one able to do the, you can
Hook
put
it
it
up
with
to
that
the module. Yeah.
Okay, we're going to talk about that module here in just a minute, but you can hook this one up to the module.
Yep.
Okay. All right, we're going to take a quick break, visit some more of our fine sponsors, and when we come back, we're going to get in depth with you a little bit more about some trail cameras, how to make your season more successful. Be ready for us. We'll take your phone calls next too, so hurry back to more Southern Woods and Waters.